Popov Vladimir Sergeyevich, and an expert, Popov Andrei Vasilyevich. I ask you to be as active as possible today, and feel free to ask our speaker some questions, maybe your point of view, and so on. So let's get started today. Within the framework of scientific school problems and comprehensive study of regional economic and social processes, headed by Vladimir Alexandrovich Ilyin, a meeting of the ongoing research seminar, Strategic Management and Innovative Economics, on the topic Role of Small Business in the Economy of Rural Areas. And we are prepared to listen, Alexander, we are prepared to listen your report. So please, you have 15 minutes, 20 minutes, okay, 20 minutes, please.
Thank you. Good afternoon, dear colleagues. I say sorry about my pronunciation, and I will read this report, if you take me a chance to do it. So, I will speak about the role of small business in the economy of rural areas, and says about some reason to make growth municipal economy. So, small business plays a special role in the socio-economic development of rural areas. Resource potential of local territory is the main and characteristical feature of its subject functioning. However, the issues related to the management of this economy sector in terms in individual municipalities remain insufficiently development in the both Russian and foreign sides. Based in this, the studies aimed at determination the role of small business in the economy of municipalities and working out the approach measures to promote and manage its activities for rural areas development. To achieve this goal, the article consider existing scientific approach to the study of rural development management, the experience to manage rural economy development and encouraging small businesses. And some objects you can see in slide. The current level of the socio-economic development in rural areas in many countries does not meet national interests because it doesn't provide a decent quality of life for rural population. There remain the following important issues. It means food security of country, lack of formation of self-developing and equal socio-economic territory systems, loss of cultural values, problem of reproduction and long-term use of labor and national resources for agriculture. There are exogenous and endogenous approaches to solving problems of rural development. The first approach considers state support of agricultural production essence in the development of rural settlements, and as well as creation of conditions of labor and capital mobility. The 1990s showed some fallacy of this approach. Development became very dependent on public funding and political decision. And the goal of the government is distorted. And culture and national features of rural areas were born of. As a result, the increase of agricultural production led to self-degradation of the Russian village. Moreover, most rural population lacks initiative. Those shortcomings led to the creation of an endogenous approach to rural development based on the assumption that specific natural culture, heritage, and human capability of a territory is key to its sustainable development. We can see this in USA, Europe countries. Adherents of independent economy development oppose integration with external markets and question the possibility of local community participation in the global economy on acquired terms. To justify their conclusions, the injurious approach endogenous approach supporters refer to the result of sociological surveys of rural residents, revealing rural residents' solidarity against any outside initiatives. To elaborate a methodological approach to rural development management, it's possible to use concept and postulates of modern regional development territories. Particularly, once it's area-based development approach, two, it's integrate rural development, three, it's participatory negotiated territory development, a country drive development. The analysis of existing approach to rural development management indicates that social group can define the degrees for influence and power in decision-making process. Therefore, in the management process, it's reasonable to assess the nature of difference between these actors be ensure that the views of weaker actor are also taken into account. Similarly, if community members are asked to participate and start leading to implementing specific project activities, it's necessary to ensure that they perform their work in an equitable manner. This requirement is essential because it's discrimination occurs in the process of territory development. The effectiveness and desired result of a program can be jeopardized. So, consider evolution of the rural development theory. We can make an obvious conclusion that the rural development policy should be integrate corresponding to the interests of different rural settlements. That issue is covered in the government approach. At the same time, state assistance is also important. It can be provided in the framework of target development. Programs meeting rural residents' intents each should be institutionalized in the form of local self-government. Cooperation, and emits its using internal potential of territory. It will help rural communities adapt to market requirements. Another important condition is that the agricultural component can be decided in rural development, but should not be the only ones. So, taking into account the fact that the rural area can be considered as a social economy system that is part of the region. It should include a set of different elements and subsystems that interact with each other in order to achieve a central goal. Management of this function is impossible without the well-established interaction of this social economy system. Reproduction function is basic in the relation to others. So, in order to determine appropriate components of subsystems, it's necessary to consider it as a set of industries, a set of interconnected territorial markets, a set of economics interactive in a certain territory. The latter aspect can be considered in the context of a set of different groups of economy entities. Each includes some small, medium, and large businesses. A small business sector plays a decisive role in this process of solving problems of the rural area. In comparison with medium-sized and large enterprises, it has a great impact to diversification of the economic structure and increasing its efficiency in peripheral municipalities of the region. Efficiency of the use of available resources of a territory, a satisfaction degree of local consumer demand, and another one. Due to the fact that advancement of this economy sector can help fulfill various identified conditions of the ingenious approach, the management impact of small business functioning will become a priority tool of study process implementation. According to domestic and foreign works, the main task of state influence aimed at small business development is region are following: forming of favorable international environment, allow to realize existing enterprise potential of territory and stimulate its development. Organization of effective function of the established is infrastructure of small business support, elaborating and improvement of the state's support system. So, the state's support of small business should be focused on the implementation and development of all forms of entrepreneurial activity and in a local territory. It can be provided by different groups of methods. Relating of this exists experience of small business support within the framework of the present approach. It's possible identify 5 main area of the management methods implementation. You can see in this slide. It's organizational, regulatory, economic, methodology, and information. So, Summing up, we can agree that the mechanism to manage such of a special system as a small business should contain comprehensive approach that combines both administration and economic methods of stimulating activities of this study economy sector. The consider experience of Japan, USA, France, Hungary, and China in the management of regional economy on the basis of the small business development suggest that only coordinate work of all government levels and join to operation of various public organization operation in the local area can ensure quantitative growth of the small business sector and consequence the entire social economy system of the region. The activities should be aimed on only at provided financial support to small business subjects on a completely basic, but also at creating a favorite administrative and investment environment in the local area for the overall development of the studied sector of economy with the help of indirect methods of managerial influence. It's advisable to study to exist system of management of small business development. As an example, let us consider the current system in the Russian Federation in order to identify its problems. So, the analysis of modern legal documents and research devoted to the study of methods to manage the small business functioning helps draw up a sense of the system to manage small business development in the Russian Federation. In view of the wide range of economic activities of small businesses, the management of small business development involves the work of many institutions, such as the Ministry of Economic Development, the Ministry of Industry and Trade, and one else. However, analyzing small business development indicators, we can make a conclusion about inefficiency of the present management structure in the study period of time. In this slide, you can see this. The recent situation is caused by the fragmentation of programs to support and develop to the small business sector in the territory of each individual subject for the federation. They differ in the following plain indicators according to which the performance is assessed. A number of the state and the municipal establishments and institutions that support and control the development of the study sector of economy. Tools and support measures used to change the activities for business entities. So the result of the analysis of municipal development programs of small business allowed us to draw the following conclusions. You can see them on the slide. The results of the analysis indicate that municipal small business development programs are rather ineffective in most municipalities of the Russian Federation subject. And local self-governments are not much interested in the development of this study sector in economy. The situation is caused by inefficiency financial resource of municipal budgets. So that main measures for management impact implement should be aimed at solving the different system problems. Taking into account the different problems and the studies experience of using a program-targeted approach, we can develop a system of program activities aimed at the small business development in municipalities of the region, each which includes two blocks, basic and variable. The first block contains measures to be implemented on the territory of each municipal district, and the second one, measures recommended for each individual type. The method of municipality typology was worked out presented early at the previous stages on the study. Each block contains key direction to stimulate the functioning and create a condition for small business subject development in municipalities. When drawing up a municipal program for small business development, it is necessary to include some measures of each block in all areas of municipality authority activities. It's also nothing that the variable block of measures may include additional measures aimed at solving problems of the corresponding type of municipality. The results of analysis of economy and management of the region on this basic of the implement of municipal small business development programs indicate that the identified problems are caused by the lack of financial resources of local budgets, of the organization of effectivity management impact on this sector of economy. So the existing management mechanism requires modernization through the creation of a new financial tool aimed at address the issues. So it seems expedition to create a structural unit on this basic of regional government, each entire realization of municipal small business development programs, so the provides of municipal administration with financial incentive. You can see in the slide. Its operation will attract addiction fund to boost regional economy and the use of the development system to make the economy of territory will encourage the small business sector and as a consequence increase the level of socio-economic development of rural areas of the region. Detailed description of this creation was presented at the previous seminar. So it's end of my perform, and thank you for your attention.
Well, let's thank Alexandra for its report. It was very difficult, I think, especially the theoretical part of it, but I think it was very interesting. So let's move on to the questions from the audience. Maybe someone wants to ask Alexandra some questions. Maybe we can discuss the topic of report. Maybe our audience can use a translator to ask some questions and to make a discussion. Well, I see there is one question. Tatiana, please.
Thank you for I have many questions, but due to the time constraints, I will focus on the following two issues. Firstly, what strategy of sustainable development of rural areas of Russian Federation for the period up to 2030. Rural areas are understood as rural settlements or interpopulated areas. From this perspective, I think that it's quite it's not quite correct to talk about municipalities implying rural areas. It's just my point of view. And the second one, I'm not sure I clearly understand the logic of your study. Could you explain how the theoretical part of the research about theories of regional development relates to the further discussion on the management of small business development? The reason I'm asking is because there is no mention of small business when describing the essence of these theories of regional development in the report.
Thank you, Tatiana. Thank you for your questions. Let me sum up. The first question is, what do you mean about rural areas when you say that? And what about how the theoretical part of your report, yes,
Okay.
with practically?
Thank you for your question. So, for the first one, when I say about rural areas, I mean some municipalities with agricultural sector, and in our yes, in our works we 1 minute. Еще придумать на русском.
Well, maybe.
So, do you think is economy of rural areas is the same for you as the economy of municipalities? Is the same?
Agricultural.
In this work, it is the same.
What agriculture? What then? What is agriculture in municipalities?
In this work, it is the same.
This in this way?
Yeah.
This is
So, and
What about second?
and second question, when we talk about methods about rule the municipal economy, we found some when we analyze the municipal economy, we take social economy system, and small business, medium and big business, it's an element of this social economy system. And I take this in the report that it's they have что не имеет важную часть. They very important and take a process in this system, and we mean that to development this sector in economy can be helpful and rule of the municipal economy. I think I asked the question. Yes.
How do you think what is the how could you explain the role of small business
Role.
in this series of regional development? Area-based development, community-driven development. What is the role of small business in this?
Mm. Maybe I can read this because to speak it's very difficult. Wait a minute, please.
The question is what is the role of small business in the rural in the
So
economy of
in the
rural
report, I read that small business plays a decisive role in the process of solving problems of the rural areas. That
No.
in
theory.
I'm asking. I'm asking that. I'm asking about the role of small business in this theories of regional development,
The theories that you
not the role of small business in the economy of
Mhm.
rural areas.
in this.
uh,
What is the role of small business and the development theories?
we have a talk about exogen and endogen genres. Genres, and we how to say this? Как вам сказать, сравнивали?
We compare.
We compare these methods, regional development territories, and take conclusion about development in the rural areas must be for the integrated method.
Well, I think it's a very difficult question, and we need to work about it. However, thank you, Tatiana, for your questions. And if someone wants to ask something else, well, no.
It's
I
no
have
question.
one question.
Come on,
I have one question for you.
come on, please.
Maybe it's a question for all of our colleagues. What do you think? What is the main difference between the role of small business in rural areas and in urban areas?
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand my question?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm happy.
I will try answer them.
Maybe someone want to say else with Alexander about it.
I think in the rural territories, areas, small business is basic in the economy because in urban areas and cities we have some elements of medium and big enterprises and businesses. In rural area, we don't have a lot of medium and big enterprises, and we haven't resource to create this structure in this area. And we think that we can development this sector more than to create another big enterprises in some local territory. We create some positive factor in this area to create some small enterprises and do some terms. I don't remember. Maybe terms to them. To our development.
Okay, and what about statistics? Does it confirms your point of view? What about this problem? What about statistics?
About statistics.
How many small enterprises are in rural territories and in urban territories?
I don't have some real information, yeah, in same time. But yeah, I don't show us in the report this information. But I think in the next time I will don't do this mistake.
Okay, thank you. What about you? What do you think about the role?
I can answer to that. I think Alexander absolutely right. Talking about the role of small business in development rural areas. But I think the crucial point is if you try to look deeper in the structure of small business, we can see that in rural areas, small business contain lots of different private subsidiary economy subjects, in Russian so-called ЛПХ, личное подсобное хозяйство. So I think this kind of activities play a crucial role in rural areas. I think we don't need to forget about this kind of activities. That's my opinion.
Thank you.
Thank you for your point of view. Anyone wants to tell us some other question? Well, if there are no questions, let's go to our reviewers. The first word I want to say, I want to give for Maria Alexandrovna. Maria, please.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to say thank you for inviting me to this discussion as a reviewer. It's a very interesting experience for all of us. Okay, now about a report. The scientific relevance of this topic doesn't cause doubts. The advantage of the report is a combination of theoretical and analytical aspects, as well as study of foreign experience. It's very interesting. Further, I want to discuss some points to improve your report. First, could you open slide number 2 or with aim? First, in my opinion, part of a name pattern of was not achieved. I mean about determining a role of small business in the economy of municipalities. Why I mean it? At the report's beginning, you say that the role of small business is huge. Why is huge? In this conclusion about huge role, small business not supported by facts, unfortunately. In fact, the social economical problems of rural areas are solved by a budget, even more regional budget, not even a local budget. In my mind, there is a simple way to define the role of small business, calculated all financial resources of rural areas, and make proportions. And we see a role of small business. You ask question now or all of questions?
I agree with this question. Yes, I will do a mistake about. I think I will change the name of this report because the structure of and the name is not the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I agree.
It's really important. Second, you propose to stimulate small business development by reducing tax, by subsidies in budget financing, and by giving a low rate loan. But these measures these measures are not implemented now.
Can you explain your question?
These measures about tax, about subsidy, about dotation are realized now.
Yeah.
But what's new in your
this
proposal?
system, how we have another day, is don't take resource to development small business.
Mm-hmm.
This resource that municipal budgets have from regional budgets не направлены for development this sector.
Mm-hmm.
And our
But we have a state program.
yes, we have, and I will take about the effective
It doesn't work.
in this area. We analyzed this, and we take some mission about they don't work.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have real effect.
Yes,
And
I agree that it's very low effective of this program.
and some financial for the realization this program. It's so very it's very small, yeah, because for example in the Semja have a municipal program for development small business in 2060 year, and in 1 year they have 10,000 rubles for development small business.
Only 10.
Mm-hmm.
Only 10,000. It's what can I say about this? It's not as real effective. I think. about this.
Thank you. And third question, you offer an integrated approach to stimulate small business development. Do you think this approach should be different because the small business development financing are feasible to the region by the regional budget, and regional budget can't be financing all of territories, and all of territory and small business can be developing similarly about on these territories of Russia.
You means that we need to use different
Different approach for territories. I think
you will see in this slide that we have approach or measures. It's a basic block for all territories and some types this area. To take the type of area, we have an last report. It's a methodic of take a type of this area, and we So we analyze type of territory and take some measures for only one type. You can see in this slide. It's a different.
Not of all territories, not of all rural areas.
It's not for all territories. It's a different of the type of this rural area.
Okay, thank you. I hope this discussion will help us to improve our English and to help you to improve your interesting report. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maria, for your questions. And let's move on. And the second word is given to our second reviewer, Vladimir Sergeyevich.
think the speaker does not consider the function of small business in rural areas. During the report, the speakers tells about the role of small business in municipal digital business and not rural areas. The second, it seems to me that the topic of the report is too wide. The role of small business in the economies of developed and developing countries is different. I would say not a role, but a contribution to the economy. The specific management products are different roles, also different. And the report is not viewed as an article for foreign magazine. I think there is a lack of data on the relevance of small business to the economy of rural areas. In the end, I would say the report deserves the high recommendation, and I hope that this research will be continued and regular.
It's all.
That's all.
Thank you, Vladimir. What want you to say?
Thank you for your what you excuse me. Thank you, Vladimir Sergeyevich. I agree with you that this report and this material what I gave don't have some information that can open all this topic. Yes, it's my mistake, and I will change my issues, and I think it's good. It's a good thing. What can I do with these issues? Thank you.
Okay, and now I want to give a word of our expert, Popov Andrei Vasilyevich. He will give his point of view about our event, about the report, and maybe something else.
Thank you, Evgeny. I really glad to be an expert at such a unique scientific seminar. Our research center, generally speaking, the event was really fruitful. Honestly, I thought it would be something worse. But we have had an interesting report, received useful proposals and ideas in English. Who would ask for anything more? Have an expert opinion form, so let's take a little trip over this document. Scientific relevance of the report is beyond question. The role of small business in sustainable development of rural territories is hugely important. Alexander did a lot of work in the regional economic theory within the context of Russian foreign research activities. But I agree with the audience on the issue of what we study. The speaker needs to clarify the position about the interconnection of small business management and existing theoretical framework to define the rural area problems. At the same time, I'm sure of the high practical significance of the research findings for the real economy. I have some concerns regarding the proposed small business regional development fund because of corruption risks. But it doesn't matter. I like to believe in people's best. Few words about the compliance of the content of scientific seminar with its title, goal and objectives. As said earlier, at this moment, the speaker's intention to focus on municipal settlements instead of rural areas is not clear enough. Moreover, thesis of endogenous and exogenous approaches has not been further substantiate. So I think these aspects need to be adjusted. And speaking of the outstanding formal issues, the meeting procedure meets all the requirements. The speaker has an excellent knowledge of the research topic and good rhetorical skills. The discussions have taken place in an atmosphere of serious engagement, frankness, and mutual respect. I'm serious. The presentation has made it at a high level. So to conclude, I think Alexander is a pioneer, deserves high appreciation, and I wish him further great success. And thank you for your attention.
Thank you a lot.
Thank you, Andrei Vasilievich. Well, now we have some time for discussion. Is anyone want to tell something to us? Well, if there are no more questions or something like that, I suggest to finish our event. I think it was a great, not great, but it was a good experience for all of us. I think we need to go on this practice in the future. I think it's useful. And thank you all for coming. We kindly ask you to add yourself in the list of people and fill out our application form. Thank you for attention. See you soon.
Goodbye.
It's very difficult here.
Thank you.